Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sandile Gubande, and I'd like us to start talking about family law. We'll start with engagements. So, this video will be about engagement, and I intend for it to be very short. So, I'll try to summarize. So, engagements. We'll talk about engagements in a civil marriage. We'll not talk about engagements in a civil union or other type of marriage. So, an engagement in a civil marriage is an agreement between a man and a woman to marry each other at a specific or determinable date. So, which means both parties must be a man and a woman, and the parties must agree on a specific date. If there is no specific date, they must later agree on that date. And another important detail is that they can change the date if they both agree. They can mutually agree to change the date. So the date must be a specific date or a determinable date. So for the parties to be engaged, they must have the capacity to act, which means is that mentally ill parties cannot be engaged because they do not have the capacity to marry. They do not have the capacity to act. So if a party, if one of the parties is mentally ill, they will have to wait until that party is well so they can get engaged. So another thing is that if one of the parties, or if both of the parties, or one of them is a minor, they must have consent. They must have permission from their parents. If they do not have the permission or consent of their parents, or they do not have the necessary consent, then they cannot get married because they do not have the capacity to act. Also, if the parents decide to withdraw that permission, withdraw that consent after they get engaged, before they get married, so that engagement will be automatically invalid or automatically void. Automatically invalid or automatically unlawful, because both the parties will need the permission of the parents to marry. So if they can no longer marry, then there is no engagement. Also, another important detail is that there must be a consensus. There must be a meeting of the minds. So both parties must agree to the engagement and must agree to the marriage. What that simply means is that there must be no material misrepresentation. In cases where there was a material misrepresentation, the engagement is voidable at the instance of the injured party, or at the instance of the party that is not at fault. So, for example, if one of the parties did not tell the other party that they can't have children, that may be regarded as a material misrepresentation. So the other party may render that misrepresentation, may render the engagement voidable at the instance of the other party. So any misrepresentation, any material misrepresentation may render the engagement voidable, unless if the party then has no problem with that misrepresentation, maybe then the engagement is still lawful. Another important detail, yes, we have said that if the parents withdraw the consent after the parties get engaged before they can get married, if the parents withdraw their consent, then that engagement is automatically terminated. So another requirement is that nobody can conclude an engagement on behalf of a minor without the minor's consent due to the personal nature of a marriage. So the parties do not have to be in each other's presence to get engaged, which means we can send some representatives to conclude an engagement on our behalf. Maybe we can even engage online in a video call or something. But when it comes to a minor, nobody can conclude an engagement of a minor or of minors without the minor's consent. So something like an engagement is just an offer and acceptance kind of situation, but consent is required. So also the parties must be in a position to marry each other before entering into an engagement. So what that means is if one of the parties is married or is married with someone else, they cannot then get engaged with another party, or for any reason. So maybe both partners can't get married because they are related. So in other words, that engagement will be unlawful since they cannot marry each other because they are related. Also, maybe if one of the parties is married or both of the parties are married, then they cannot get engaged because they are not in a position to marry each other after the engagement. Also, the parties cannot agree to marry each other on the basis that I'll marry you when I divorce my wife, or when I divorce my husband, or when my wife dies, I'll marry you, or when my husband dies, I'll marry you. That type of engagement is unlawful because it is against the bonimos of the society. It is against good morals. So an engagement on that basis is not unlawful. So when it comes to the termination of an engagement is terminated when the parties finally get married. So if they get married, then they are no longer engaged. So that is the most obvious way of terminating an engagement. Another way is if both parties mutually agree to terminate the engagement for some reason, for some sound reason, then the engagement is then terminated. Or if one of the parties dies, or something bad happens to one of the parties, and or both of the parties die, then the engagement is terminated. So back to our point about mutually agreeing on the termination of the engagement. unilateral, one party can terminate the engagement, provided that there is a sound reason. Sorry, one party can terminate the engagement, but it is lawful when there is a sound reason. If there is no sound reason for one of the parties terminating the engagement, then that is called a breach of promise. What that simply means is that there are going to be different consequences. There are going to be some consequences because one of the parties has breached a promise. So an engagement can be terminated if one of the parties is no longer committed, or maybe cheated, or has done something that would mean there is no possible way of there is no way that they are going to have a happy and a lasting marriage. So if there is a condition or action that means there is no way the parties can have a happy and a lasting marriage, then that condition or action is called a justa causa. So that is called a sound reason. It can be anything. It can be that one of the parties became mentally ill, so the other party can end the engagement on that basis, on that my partner is not mentally well, or if the other party is an alcoholic, or if something happened that made the other party to be sterile or impotent, which means they can no longer have children or something like that. So those are the basis, those are the known ways of how an engagement will get terminated. So we all know that during an engagement there are going to be engagement gifts, specifically the ring. So if the engagement is terminated, the engagement gifts will have to be returned to both parties. I'll not talk lengthy about how that happens, but usually if usually the injured party would reclaim the gifts. So those important gifts, those gifts that were made in view of the marriage, they would get returned, unless they are small gifts. Maybe the gifts that are used up or lost or alienated, so they cannot be returned. But when the parties return the gifts, they will set the difference. They will then calculate the value of those small gifts that cannot be returned and set the difference and to the value of those bigger gifts, of those gifts that are returned. So the engagement ring would usually be returned, unless if the other party, unless if it's the injured party that terminated the engagement, then they can keep some of the gifts. But it all depends on each case. It all depends on the facts. So in a situation where an engagement was made on the basis that, or in a situation where an engagement was made but one party was married and the other party did not have knowledge that this party is married, the misled party or the injured party can sue the other party on the basis of contumalia, which is an insult, because that party would have insulted the other party by promising him or her a marriage, whereas they know that they are married with someone else. So that is, I think that is all we need to know for now about engagements. If there is some information that I mistaken, that I left out, or if there is a request to speak lengthy about something, I'll make a separate video. Thank you.